If you're starting out as a video editor, you likely have absolutely no momentum, no track record, no case studies. Basically, you have no substance to the offer that you're trying to sell, which means it's super hard to sell people. Who would have known they don't want to hire someone without a track record? I'm going to give you a solve for that, and I'm going to give you some bullet points on how you can optimize the solve so the solve works even better and it solves even harder and gets solvier. Don't clip that. That was a bit weird. If you're watching this video, you likely fit into one of two categories. You either have a really low-paying client that you're trying to escape, or you have absolutely zero clients, and the idea of making money from video editing seems like it's something you can't quite get. This formula right here is the easiest path to your first 5 clients. This does require a lot of heavy lifting up front, but if done right, you will achieve your first client, your second client, your third client, your fourth client, and your 5th client. First, you're going to find videos with very bad editing. You could even get podcast clips as well. Podcast clips are great ones because they're a blank canvas. Whatever you do to that video, it's going to undeniably be an improvement. Hopefully you don't make the podcast clip worse. Ads can be good as well if they're bad ads. Now you're going to create a value first sample. Take a piece of their video, could be a bad hook, could be, like I said, a podcast clip, could just be a business guy that just loves sitting down and yapping in front of the camera, but doesn't actually have a bad boy amazing video editor, shout out to Emil, who's actually polishing up those videos and making them something tasty. Then you're going to re-edit their video for free. Yes, free. I said free. I didn't even give you much of a polish, to be honest, but I hope it reinforced the point. The reason you're going to do it for free is because of the weaknesses that you have that we spoke about at the beginning of the video. No social proof, no case studies, no track record, probably not even a polished sample to showcase how good you are. Now we're going to present that as a gift. We are going to come to the individual who you edited the video for free for, and you're going to say, Jack, what's up? Great videos. I made this for you for free. Use it wherever you want. My gift to you. Love to chat about making more. That is what we call a value first sample. When everybody else is coming to this individual and outreaching. Basically, they're coming with their hand out. Can you hire me? Can you hire me? Your unique selling point and the reason why they're going to care about your message more than others is because you came with a give. You came with something in your hand rather than expecting something from the person. You don't want to make this sound spammy. Oh, Jack, love your videos. Greatest videos in the entire world. I'd love to work with you. Here's a video, blah, blah, blah. The finesse is it's sounding like an absolute gift that's completely genuine. Jack, what's up? Love your videos. Made you a free edit. You're welcome to use this wherever you want and happy to work on more of these if it does well. At that point, you've given and you've kind of hinted and you'd be willing to work on more. If they like the sample, which if you do it to enough people, you will find someone that likes it. They will inquire about your rates. This is great. Thank you so much. How much do you charge? This is a simple yet powerful approach that puts you on their radar and positions you as someone who's trying to help from the get-go. You're not coming trying to take, you're coming with a give. I'm going to give you an example of this working in a minute, but first, we have to talk about the 2 ways to get clients. There is outbound and there's inbound. Outbound is outreach. You're going to do a mass outreach campaign. Usually this is higher volume and lower quality, which means to actually get someone to care, you're going to have to hit a bunch of people, hundreds if not thousands of individuals. That could be a very lengthy and time-consuming process, and they might actually not give a damn because, again, you don't have any clients yet. You don't have any real track record behind your success already, and it's a major risk to work with you. Then you have inbound, creating content on the internet that positions you as an expert and attracting inbound leads to you. My students in VP Plus do this all day long with before and afters on Twitter. The community blows it up, and then clients see it on their feed, and they're impressed by the edit, so they give them a DM. Inbound lead is basically just a fancy word for someone DMing you and asking for your rates because they saw your edit and they liked it. So why does this work? If the edit's good, and it does need to be, you can't have made their video worse, you've immediately earned their attention. They see you as someone who's not only proactive, but actually already is aware of their brand and clearly cares enough to have made an edit. That puts you ahead of everybody else who's outreaching. Major bonus tactic, you can hijack job boards to find out people who are already telling the world that they're in a hiring state. They want to hire an editor. And instead of simply hiring through the job board, Upwork, YT Jobs, etc., you can take that as a hint that they're already hiring, go find some content they've got on the internet that's bad, download it, rip it, remake the edit, and approach them with it and give them a value first sample. This right here might be the most powerful way to do this because they've already told the world they're hiring. You don't apply like everybody else, all the schmucks that don't understand the importance of value first. You go and put your money where your mouth is, and you show rather than tell by doing an edit up front. I've had countless students in VP Plus who've landed massive YouTubers off the back of YT Jobs simply by doing this method alone. This right here on screen is an example of one of my students, Solomon, who actually lives in Pakistan and went from $0 to $10,000 a month, which might sound like a crazy number to you. By the way, that is a lot of money from video editing. And he kickstarted his entire career off the back of value first. What's up, broski? I decided to re-edit your YouTube video because I know it makes the content much easier to understand for the viewer. I've attached the video below. All he did right there was approach the person with a sample of content. In no way is he saying, oh, hire me, hire me. The individual then responds and says this: "Hi Sullivan, I checked out the sample. I was intrigued. I think it could use some tweaks, but I was wondering how much you would charge to edit the intros for my videos." Do you think he would have gotten that same warm level response if he was just trying to take? Obviously not. That right there is the power of value first outreach. You completely disarm the prospect. They are actually pleased by the message. They're not, scrolling through and just deleting because it's another bullshit spam message. Now, of course, it's worth noting that this is still a numbers game. It's not as though you just do this to everybody and every single person loves you. Some of my students in VP Plus have had to do 30, 40, 50, even up to 100 people before they actually build a solid income. That might sound like a lot of work, but you can go and send a billion messages if you want. That's work as well. There's always going to be waste. Waste is the clients that you don't actually land. If you're doing massive volume-based but low-quality outreach, you're going to have people that don't respond. And by the way, that's going to be the vast majority of them. And if you're doing value-first outreach, you're also going to have individuals that don't respond. That's just part of the game, which means using the bonus tactic we talked about of going onto a job board like YT Jobs or Upwork and seeing that they're already in a hiring mode and then taking their video and re-editing it and approaching them is usually the best way to go about this, because they're already telling the world, hey, I'm looking for an editor. Somebody impress me. Instead of sifting through the 100 applicants for that job, they're going to be far more impressed by the guy like you who just did value first outreach and sent them an edit off the jump. At VP Plus, we do teach this exact strategy, and we usually combine it with Blue Path. Blue Path is our system for blowing up a personal brand. In VP Plus, we do blow you up a personal brand. We've got 500-600 people in VP Plus, which means it's very easy to get your first 100 followers off VP Plus, which means not only do our students do a value first outreach, but they also take the video and turn it into a before and after post, which means on the left, it's the old boring video. On the right, it's your new edit. They then take that before and after and they put it on Twitter. They either tag the creator, or if the creator simply doesn't have a Twitter, it doesn't matter. They simply put it out there. They get the community to blow it up, and it makes its way to the feeds of hirers, of decision makers, of YouTubers, of channel managers, of streamers, of agencies, of business guys who see it and are naturally impressed and then hit them with the fancy word inbound lead, which again just means a DM, and they end up closing them from there. So if you're trying to get your first 5 clients, do not do massive volume-based bullshit outreach. Do not go through job boards and just apply like a regular schmuck. Do value first outreach. Find YouTubers, find business guys, find people who are trying to create content or who are already creating content and just, by the way, aren't doing a very good job at it. Take their video, re-edit it, make it better, and approach them with a value first sample. You will be stunned how quickly you get your first few clients doing this, because no one else is willing to put in that legwork. By the way, this game does take time. There's no easy hack to just win a big income off the internet. You're going to have to put a shit ton of work into anything you do. By the way, video editing might, for some of you, be the first thing you do. Some of you might go on to start your own content creation career, your own business career. That's fantastic. All of it's going to take a ton of work. With this method, you can get your first 5 clients, and you could do it in relatively quick amount of time. It's still going to take time, obviously, but it's going to be a lot faster than if you get stuck in the boring old cycle of just applying through job boards or doing boring, low quality, volume-based outreach, which is actually soul draining when no one gives a damn about your email, or if they tell you to stop emailing them. Stop messaging me, I'm annoyed. Happens all the time. So that's the video. If you enjoyed, I highly suggest you join VP Plus. This strategy is a lot easier and will blow you up a personal brand on social media, which means the before and after Twitter element of this gets way, way, way easier as well. You can join VP Plus down below. We'd love to have you, and I'm going to throw you off to this video. This is a great continuation from what I've talked about today. I'm going to jump off your screen. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. See you there.